This is a certified copy of the case against the case that happened with my daughter. And that is not the proper spelling of her name, no C at all. And of course, this is Gregory Altenhorn, is how it should read. That's what's on his license date, file 928, 2012. That's the original file date. And then these are the attorneys. This is the first foreclosure mill, attorney mill that came in. And then this is the second one they brought in, Tammy L. Ortman of Lewis and Capps Law Firm, or PC. She's up in Indianapolis. She's a director. And as you see here, it's RACHAELDITTY, 422 Randolph Street. Notice this bad address? They've since quit doing that because they got caught doing this. It wasn't a bad address. The postmaster stopped the mail to her house during this time, to this one part where it shows her suing herself. And I called one of the clerks on this, and she's like, "Well, that was just a mistake." So here's finally we hired this Andrew J. Thompson, this attorney, who brought himself in to file an appearance. He put in the wrong address, etc., etc. I'll get to that one later. And then to withdraw on 11/15. Of course, on 11/6, he was reported to the local police along with Judge Horn and to Tim Horte of the Criminal Task Force, Federal State Criminal Task Force in Indiana, where you can call and report corruption. And it does absolutely no good. I will tell you that. But they were reported on 11/6 for operating a foreclosure insurance mill in a new redocket. So let's go down because there we go. Defendant Rachel Diddy, pro se, files Rachel Diddy responses to defendant's first request for admissions to Rachel Diddy. Rachel Diddy's response to first request for production of documents to Rachel Diddy. Disc submitted. Yes, there was a disc. It was and then of course summons and receipt sick. This term sick basically it means summons and receipt of service. Sick. This is the summons and receipt of service that was given to the judge and to the evidence clerk and to the clerk of courts on 12/28 of around January the 1st, 2013, showing that Metropolitan Life Insurance Company received the counterclaim. So did Mears. MetLife Bank, it was mailed to P.O. Box 809 in Tennessee. But anyway, that was to Brandon Allen of DTZ Barney in the UK, wasn't it now, folks? But MetLife Bank, First Horizon, who is MetLife, received theirs. Lingo Real Estate agents, Tim Orr, Joshua and Kristen Rader, and Lingo Real Estate received theirs. Title Abstracts of Richmond received theirs. And Fidelity Title. Fidelity Title. And I have emails with those folks to show what happened there. But see here where they entered Rachel filing a suit against herself on 4/25. I want to show something on this lady named Tammy Lynn Ortman, who is an attorney. There was correspondence entry for correspondence received from Carol Lynn Isaacs. Now, this was on 1/7/2014. On 2/20, the judge did an order for correspondence received from Carol on February the 18th, 2014. This Judge Horn took it upon himself to issue a judgment and an order and a decree on an interest that I was holding for the grandchildren, Rachel's minor offspring. I was holding that for them, a third interest in the property. So they bring in this Tammy Ortman, files an appearance. Not Tammy Lynn Ortman, not Lewis and Capps Law Firm, but Tammy Ortman comes in and she puts in an appearance. And this was on 3/5. On 3/4, she's very crafty. She put out she wanted to do a deposition. So she put that out in the mail on 3/4 before she ever mailed the case. And then she did a notice of service discovery request to Rachel Diddy. She was brought in special for this matter, see. And Andrew Thompson withdrew. We told the judge what he was doing. Of course, this judge is crooked. This Judge Gregory Alton Horn, he's crooked all the way through. Files motion for leave to withdraw appearance on 11/15. But as you see right here, sorry, I got to go back up. Pro se motion to stay in for extension of time. This was to hire an attorney because on 11/6 they were going to hear another case. This judge and Andrew Thompson, they were going to reopen a case that was already closed, and I have that case, by the way. But the court, having examined and considered defendant Rachel Diddy motion to stay and for extension of time, now finds the same should be denied. It is here therefore ordered that the defendants Rachel Diddy, see how he's spelling it different, they're funny, aren't they, motion to stay and for extension of time be and hereby is denied as to the stay, and the court finds there is nothing pending as to the extension of time. It was to get another attorney because we caught Andrew Thompson and this judge collecting on the Hope funds behind the scenes, didn't we, guys? And Tim Horte and several people in law enforcement or these agencies that profess to be law enforcement were notified of this crime, and nothing, not a thing. So let's go down. I showed Tammy Lynn Ortman already. There's where they did that. Rachel suing herself. Hearing held on plaintiff's motion to compel and damages hearing. There was nothing to compel, Judge. You already testified in your testimony, because you are a witness, aren't you? You testified that you said we are retaliating. The judge said this, Judge Horn. We are retaliating. Those were his words. We are retaliating. And he already said, I already ruled on the motion to compel deposition 2 days after it was filed, and I ordered her on that date to be subject to a further deposition. And the only way the deposition was brought in was for this. She brought in, when she did the deposition, she entered this into the court record. And these are all certified, by the way. Let's go to show where it's certified by the clerk. That's certified from the court. So now let's go down to this filing. Rachel Diddy, capital 1, versus, now she's a counterclaimant here, and this is their filing, right? Tammy Lynn Ortman's filing. Motion for provisional order requiring payment of mortgage taxes and insurance premiums. And they come in and they want this warranty deed date pursuant to a warranty deed dated March 14th, 2008 and recorded March 18th, 2008. Well, Tammy Lynn Ortman, you put in the one from March 18th, 2009, didn't you? And Judge Horn just have fun with that. That belongs to the 938 South 17th. It's tied via an undisclosed land contract now, doesn't it? So we'll show that. I already have the warranty deed video there. But right here, and I think I'll stop right here. So here is